got you. I will be back here. And I will be back with another vengeance.
Yeah, we'll lick our wounds. We'll get over this. We'll be fired up for next year.
Garoppolo has time, stands in, going deep, going for it all, and it's caught for the touchdown! On fourth down, Deebo Samuel for 6. Garoppolo's got all day. He's going to launch it deep down the field, going for it all, and getting it! Emmanuel Sanders, not touched, still on his feet, inside the 10, and he scores! 75-yard bomb from Jimmy Garoppolo to Emmanuel Sanders. Wilson, pressure off the edge, releases it, and it is intercepted by Greenlaw. Trey Greenlaw now on the return. As he's still on his feet with blockers in front. Trey Greenlaw down the sideline. Can you believe this?
Looks like football, baby.
Pass is caught. Kittle breaks one tackle. Another. Wow, what a touchdown for George Kittle. Goff throws and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Warner. Fred Warner for the touchdown. Jeff Wilson has come in at running back. Garoppolo's throw is caught by Jeff Wilson. He's going to score a touchdown for the 49ers.
And the pass is going to be picked off by Bosa. Nick Bosa. Can't bring him down till he gets to the 8-yard line. Wow.
Now Evans in the slot. Winston picked off. It is Richard Sherman, who did not have an interception last year, and he returns it all the way for a 49ers touchdown, 32-yard.
Garoppolo fires. It is caught. Still on his feet is Kittle with a big play. And the stiff arm. George Kittle. Flags fly. He's down to the 30. What a run by George Kittle. Taking on everybody.
I'm a puppy cut forever.
Feels great, baby.
Gold-blooded puppy cunts. You are hearing from King Cunt himself this week. I don't know. King or COVID Christmas hit me. I've 3 years I hung strong without COVID, and the day before Christmas Eve, my twat tested positive, and I've been fucked up since. So if I sound off, it is because I am in my bed, recording via FaceTime with Bob, who is at GBP headquarters at the one and only sponsor, Lucky Rose Tattoo, and I am here. So that is the preface I'm going to give you. If I become out of breath or winded and we end things early, suck me from the rear. I am not a 23-year-old Brock Purdy, who, by the way, happy birthday, because we know he's out there listening. You know it's his birthday today?
No, I didn't know that.
He's 23 today, Bob.
How about that?
How about that? 23 and 3-0. All right. The 49ers won this week against the team from Washington, who my complete disdain and hate grows for. Every time I find something else new out about that franchise, my hate grows for them. How much did you watch the Trent Williams documentary?
No.
Do you know about it?
Yeah, they kind of. I know a little bit. They fucked him up. They almost killed him, right?
Yeah, like, so I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna watch it. But like my understanding, like I when it came out, I was like, I God, I don't even want to. I'm not gonna say that because that's superiorly racist. I just thought it was like another like documentary about like, you know, somebody with like a tough upbringing, you know, not like the Patrick Willis one, but like, you know, some shit like that. I didn't realize it was all about the Washington Redskins inability or like, so they missed Oh wow, I said it. Well, at the time, that's who they were. But see, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes tonight. My mind is not right. Man, we might, all the allegedlys might come out as fact tonight. So they misdiagnosed his cancer for 6 years. 6 fucking years. And then when he finally figured it out, was like, holy shit, I have cancer. He's like, well, I have to take the next 9 months off, like, which I guess some of it was going to be into the season time. And he's like, and Dan Snyder's like, you take time off, we're going to fine you for missing time. And then they railroaded him into a contract. Like, they completely fucked him. And I just hate the the team from Washington. Jesus.
Stay classy, Snyder.
Yeah.
He's up for some shit. He's in some shit today. I forget what it was. Something about using a term that they used to use. Some bullshit.
Probably the team name.
He's pissed. No, he pissed somebody off. Something about hogs. The word hogs.
Oh, right. Oh, I know what that's about. Yeah, because they're gonna they used to have like a mascot, which was like a pig or something or another, like a hog. I don't understand why, but they're bringing it back, and like, I don't know, somebody's upset by it. Yeah,
fuck them.
Well, what they should be upset with is the product they put on the field. Which, at the end of the day, I like Ron Rivera. I really do. Or is that his name?
Yeah, Riverboat Ron.
Yeah, I like him as a coach. He's one of the few I like. But nevertheless,
Carson Wentz owes the 49ers for getting his job back.
Yeah, that soft defense they put out there when they're up by double digits. Yeah.
No, just the fact that we smashed Heineke so bad they put him in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but again, Riverboat Ron didn't even say which way he's going with that.
Oh yeah, that's just a move.
Yeah,
just like Shanahan does.
Who was the closest in the score prediction?
That would be you again.
Come on.
Yeah, you putting on a run.
Wow. I couldn't have been close though.
No, you were 41-7, which is 17 points off. And me and BBC were 30 and 29, respectively. We were way off.
So what's that put the year to date at?
4 for me, 4 for you, 2 for Matterson, 1 for the BBC.
I mean, I was in dead last. Like,
yeah, you had zero. I think you had like 4 out of the last 5 or something.
Wow, that's wild.
That's a pretty good run.
Yeah, Brock and I are locked in on this thing. We know. So the 49ers host the team from Washington. What are your takeaways from the game here?
A couple things. Started slow. Didn't like the start. Let them hang around a little too long. I do like that we're winning games without Debo.
Yes, George Kittle is absolutely. You know, it's funny. It's like, well, why hasn't he been doing this all year? You know what I mean? But
because Debo was getting those touches, probably.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hey, I saw some wild stat about Ayuk. He has like so many 50-yard games in a row or something, or like I don't know. Again, my head has not been all there this week, but he has like these sneaky 50, 60-yard games, which are fucking exactly what you need.
Absolutely. And he's always there. And they're all big games, too.
With the ability to score 2 touchdowns and have 110 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's got one of those every 4 games. So,
it just seems like whenever he gets the ball, it's a big gainer.
Yeah. How many points did the team from Washington score? They put up more than most teams have on us, right?
20.
Yeah, so they got us. They got a couple on us, but I mean, fuck it. The W is all that matters.
For sure.
Again, so our playoff, we are still the 3 seed as the Minnesota team has another come from behind victory. Fucking twats. That is just ridiculous every week with them. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey with a fairly pedestrian game, but I mean,
the block he had on Ray's touchdown was massive.
You were
everybody
right
on that play.
Yeah, Ray Kittle had a big one on that one, I believe, as well as Willie Snead, I believe.
This Washington's defense is really good. Chase Young is really good, and he's back. But if you take that one Ray run out, we had a very low, 80 yards on the ground, and that scares me. Like, this team needs to be able to smash faces in. But this is another.
Well, I guess a lot. Oops, sorry, go.
This is another game with so many field goals. 3 field goals. If those are touchdowns, this scores 100-0. Big difference.
Well, on the running front, Elijah Mitchell sounds to be back sooner than later, along with Debo. That's the news you read today, right?
What I read was that they his practice window could be opened as early as Friday, but probably not. Yeah, but it'll probably be next week when they open it, which means there's no way he's playing this week. I wouldn't expect him next week. If he plays next week, it'll be a couple downs just to get a tune-up, but you'll probably see him for the playoffs.
Right on. And then Debo sounds like he could be practicing this week.
Correct. And again, I would assume we don't see him until next week, but who knows?
Right, agreed. Let me tell you the difference between the 49ers now and other organizations. Chase Young was on a snap count, right? Because he's coming back from injury. So was Javon Kinlaw. Javon Kinlaw played his snap count, played 16 or 17 snaps. Granted, he was asking everyone and their mother to get on the field. They held him back. I believe Chase Young's snap count ended up being 25. They overextended him. They let him play more. Now, I know they were playing from behind, but you have to put the long-term health of your thoroughbred in consideration, or he's going to end up in this position again and again.
For sure. I mean, the score probably had part to do with it, and they're on the playoff bubble.
Right. No, I hear you.
We're in.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. And then the other thing is he's been healed and ready to go longer. And he just wasn't comfortable playing, so there might be I don't know, who knows. But you're right. I mean, the organization's garbage. There's no doubt about that.
If you have a snap count, then hold to it at least. You know what I mean? Why even say it before the game then?
Yeah, unless it's a win. Unless it's a win and you're in situation.
Right.
If we don't win this game, the season's over. Then all hands on deck.
Yeah.
The Vikings play at Green Bay this week.
No.
And we play at the Raiders.
Right.
There's a chance there.
I wonder what the weather is going to be in Green Bay, considering the weather all over this country has been fucking bizarre.
The other thing is the Eagles, there's a chance that Hurts doesn't play again.
Right.
And they're playing at home against the Saints. They could potentially lose that number 1 seed.
Only to Minnesota, though, right?
I don't know. They're only 2 games ahead of us. If they lose out and we win out, I don't know who gets tiebreakers.
I thought they had the tiebreaker, but I could be wrong.
If they lose out, they're going to lose to the Saints, which would hurt their tiebreaker situation.
And the Giants.
So who knows? Anything could happen.
Is it the Giants the last week?
Let me see.
Or the teams from Washington? It's definitely a division game.
Either way, it counts. Yeah, Giants.
Yeah. I mean, we've made it. How many minutes in are we, Bob?
13, 14.
We're 14 minutes in, and we haven't mentioned our savior's name. Nick Bosa is just, I'm going to win that fucking $80.
So his stat line, I believe, said 2 sacks.
Right. Well, they didn't give him the, what's that?
The 2-point conversion doesn't count.
Right.
Even though that should.
Totally.
That's
should.
the most direct points saved. That means more than a 4th down stop sometimes.
I hear you.
Unless it sacks him out of field goal range, that's a wild one to not count. And
I completely agree.
And then
there was another one, right?
The fumble, that one does count.
Okay,
that does count. They called it an interception, but it's it didn't show up on the interception stat sheet.
So he only was credited with 2 though, right?
Correct. That one and the other solid one, not the 2-point conversion one.
Right. Yeah, I mean, hey, he's got how many sack lead on the next guy?
And there was
2
another
or 3?
one where that motherfucker got rid of it last second. He was so close to having.
For sure.
He is at, where's he at?
He's at 17.5.
Yeah, it'll take me a minute to get the
Yeah, no worries.
league,
But
league leaders.
it was very good to see Kinlaw out there.
He's up 2.
He's up to a full 2, right?
Yep, Judon has 15.5.
Beautiful.
Most people,
I mean,
mostly across the board, say that made him Defensive Player of the Week that game.
Year or week.
Year. Barring any major changes.
Right. Somebody, the guy from Dallas doesn't come out and have 3 sacks, a forced fumble, return for a touchdown, and a fucking whatever. Yeah, well, I mean, he's as hungry as ever, so I fully expect him to go out these next 2 weeks and just fucking shred.
I keep seeing they're moving up in the power rankings. Some people have him number 1 a lot of places.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is pretty wild considering the way Buffalo and Kansas City have been playing all year. But how is there still not a big – still don't see a lot of talk about Shanahan Coach of the Year.
No, I see none.
It's all about O'Connell in Minnesota, the guy in Buffalo, the guy of the Giants, because he took that same roster and turned it around.
It's so crazy.
Like that team had nothing last year, and this year they're talking playoffs. That's a big move for Dayball. But to be on a 3rd-string quarterback and power ranked number 1, what do you? It's insane.
It's crazy.
I like it. I'm glad because I don't want too much. I want something to be pissed off about.
I agree. I hear you, but it's got to burn his ass
for sure. Yeah, I'm sure he'd rather a ring than that, but
at the end of it, really though, if you win the Super Bowl, that is, in my opinion, the ultimate Coach of the Year.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with a 3rd-string.
Yeah, I mean, with any fucking quarterback at this rate. I love this talk of what's going to happen next year if Brock Purdy does this or that, and it's just all so delusional.
Don't give a fuck.
I can't even. Yeah, I
don't give
care.
a fuck. Means nothing.
Yeah.
Anything can happen between now and then, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, can we finish this year first?
Yep.
We got a Lombardi to host, and then a whole fucking 6 months of shit talking to do.
If Purdy wins a Super Bowl and we go into next year with Purdy and Trey Lance both on rookie deals,
amazing. Bosa's getting re-signed, no issues. Yeah.
And all the people that thought he should have signed last year, if he wins Defensive Player of the Year, everyone was like, he should be demanding a contract. Yeah. He's like, fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, the way he's playing this year, he could really, he's got to become the highest paid defensive player in league history, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
He's got to be in the conversation for MVP. He has to be. Nobody put him there, but he has to be.
I agree. He's there. He's in like the top 5,
he's got to be. Like who's in the lead right now?
Getters. Mahomes, I think.
Which is just default.
I know.
He's just playing well now. Like all year it was Tua. Now he sucks. You heard Geno Smith. He sucks. Like who are these people? There's no one even close.
No, there's no one.
I would rather Josh Allen than Patrick Mahomes right now. He's carrying the team more.
There's no one that's played more consistently throughout this season than Nick Bosa on any fucking team and any side of the ball, in my opinion.
I guess there's an argument to be made of like which of those 3 teams, if you go Allen, Mahomes, and Bosa, is more fucked without that guy, and those 2 teams are probably more fucked without the quarterback. We're fucked without Bosa, but they're more fucked without Allen or Mahomes.
Like he missed a game, we got by. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. There's going to be no singing this week, so we're going to do the Beast of the Week because that's the deal. I think there's no question on the defensive side of the ball. It's going to be Nick Bosa, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Fred led the defense with 13 tackles. That was pretty nice.
Okay.
Bosa had 7 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, and 4 quarterback hits.
Jimmy Ward with another Jimmy Ward had an interception, right? Another one. That's his third on the year.
He also had a pass defended.
Yeah, he played a good game.
Gibson had a nice game. He had a tackle for loss and a pass defended.
Yeah.
Mooney Ward also had a tackle for loss. He was in the backfield a lot. Amenahue had a quarterback hit. Ebukam quarterback hit. Armstead got a quarterback hit. But clearly Bosa.
No major injuries this game either, which is obviously a big plus. Okay, offensive side of the ball.
Offensive side of the ball gets a little trickier. I think it's very... You can always give it to Brock, just the way he's been playing, but I'm going to have to go George on this one. Both of those touchdowns, the run after... I mean, the first one, the one where he intercepted it from Ray, as Kyle put it.
Ray.
He totally stole it. And did you hear George talk about it?
Yeah, he was no guilt.
And he said, like, in practice, they told me I have to run that way, even if it's open, to clear it out.
Yeah.
And too bad.
He's like, I just can't not run to the open space.
But the other one, oh, my God.
Right, that was...
He burned everybody.
Yeah, that was monster-like. To the Ray, the stolen Ray touchdown. Now, think if Ray gets that ball. Think about the game he has.
Yeah, and only two touches.
Right.
That would have been the only two touches, yeah.
Yeah, would have had like 150 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns. Yep. Yeah, that would have been something, George.
But six receptions, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Whew.
Yeah, you got to give it to George. He is, very similar to the Saints play from years ago. He's putting the team on his back when they need him. Debo's not there. He's dinged up. He's doing the damn thing. You gotta love. It's like he could be the best tight end in the league, in any given week. You know what I mean? He could be the best player on the offensive side of the ball in any given week, but he might not be sometimes. But
even
he's gonna be doing
just these good games make the defense have to really account for him again.
No question.
And they got to deal with McCaffrey and Debo at the same time.
And then you have guys like Juwan Jennings,
Ayuk,
Ray, Ayuk. I mean, it's difficult to guard against, and quite frankly, I don't see a defense out there that can stop it.
No. So Ty Davis Price got carries this week instead of Jordan Mason.
Right.
Mason had a hamstring situation.
Yep.
He was good enough to play at game time, but because he didn't get the practice reps, they wanted to give it to Ty Davis. I think also they just want to see what he's got going on.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that. We could see either one of those guys come to the forefront as we move forward. Mason got the start ahead of Ty Davis because of his special teams.
Right, and then got dinged up on the first special teams play.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. And nothing came of that. He's good. They were scared about his
knee. Yeah.
It worked out all right.
Yep.
Javon Kinlaw did play for the first time since week 3.
Yes, very happy to. Did you see the suit he rolled up in?
No.
It was nice that he wore like a very gaudy suit with. It was very silly. I love it.
You think he's answering Grant Cohn's questions? I won't go to Grant Cohn's YouTube because I don't want to give him any clicks, but I'll bet he is.
Well, Eric's not.
I know that's the best part. Still he did it again.
Well, I mean, last week.
Oh yeah.
That was last week, so they didn't interview Eric this week, so I don't know.
They have locker room access now though, so they can ask everybody stuff.
Right. Yeah. Why are they doing that now?
It was the only reason they didn't is COVID.
Oh, do you watch Lombardi at all?
No.
Is it Dave or Mike?
I see his stuff once in a while because he'll get a headline out pretty quick sometimes.
David. Well, he's I watch him in the locker room. Like he posts locker room videos, and I watch them because I don't want to give the Grant Cohn videos any clicks. So I watch the Lombardi ones. He's a very to the point and reasonable human. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I have no qualms.
He's a dork. He's fine. He's a dork, but
yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Get me information quickly.
Yeah, I don't hate him.
No. All right. What else we got to do here?
So every team gets 8 IR return designations.
Okay.
We've used 7.
Right.
So we only have 1 left.
Yes.
And it basically comes down to either Elijah Mitchell or the defensive lineman with the pec, whoever.
Kerry Hyder.
Nope. Hyder's still on the roster. and someone else. I can't remember who it is.
Okay.
But that's why in the inactive list every week, you see Jimmy G.
Right.
He's still on the roster, which means he still has a chance. Because for sure, we'd want to clean up that roster spot if there was no chance of Jimmy coming back.
No question.
To use for someone else.
Yeah, but I think the thought process here is if Brock Purdy gets you to the conference championship game and Jimmy G is 90%, I think a 90% Jimmy G backing up Brock Purdy is better than 100% Josh Johnson.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. That's 100% the idea. And also, like if Purdy goes down for some reason, and in between games, and they got to start somebody.
Yep.
If Jimmy's close, we want him there before Josh Johnson.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
No question. So, I mean...
And that's why Debo, none of these guys are going to go to IR. If you see someone go to IR now, it's done. It's season.
Right. Did you see Jimmy is out of the cast?
I did.
In the walking boot, I believe?
I did.
Yeah. I mean, listen, at this point, I was taking, inventory of the season the other day, and I was thinking, man, do you remember the Dante Pettis touchdown week 1?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Every little piece like that is just making this the season of destiny. There's so many little fucking pieces like that are just.
I thought about making a new intro just to get some Purdy calls in there, and I was like, nope, not changing anything. Not changing anything.
I've got something I've had going on since week. I can't talk on it. We'll talk on it at a later date and time. But yeah, I mean, hey, the ship is sailing, and it is not stopping. What else we got here?
That's it. I'll do the particulars if it's easier for you since you don't have them in front of you.
Yeah, I just consider you're going to have to read the emails.
Yeah, I mean, you could close this app and still probably be on.
There's
only 2 anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, after we're done this episode, I'll just see what I could do.
There's only 2 anyway, so it don't matter.
Okay, you could handle it then. All right.
Reviews. We want your reviews. However you listen to us, review us. We don't even care if it's bad. Just tell us something. Email us. We have only 2 emails this week. I'm guessing with the holidays and the early game on Saturday maybe fucked people up. Or maybe people just don't care about us anymore. I'd like to hear from Just Joe again, that's for sure.
Oh, hold on. Can I stop you? Were you able to watch the game in real time?
Yes.
Okay. I got to tell a little story here. Sorry. This is when it came up. So I test positive for COVID. Well, pretty much I knew Friday night. I woke up Saturday morning and tested and knew I had it. So my father was in town. I had eaten dinner with him. He stayed at my house Thursday and Friday night. So I called him, told him, whatever. So I now have COVID. I feel like shit. My father and his wife come to the house and they're like, well, we're already compromised, so we're not going to go compromise anybody else. So we're going to watch the game with you. I'm like, I'm sick. I don't want to entertain anybody during a football game. So I had to sit in my living room with a mask on just out of respect and watch the game and then listen to their fucking horseshit. My father, I can't even believe this. Do you know who Kyle Rittenhouse is?
Yes.
My father told me he's innocent. You know what I mean? He shot someone. How is that fucking innocent?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that.
But didn't he shoot someone?
Yeah, that don't make you innocent, though. That don't make you innocent or guilty. Shooting someone.
Well, I don't know the details of it.
That's my point. Typically, there's 2 sides to that one. That's all. I'm not getting involved in that argument because I haven't done it.
I don't know the argument.
I haven't done the research, but there's 2 sides to that one.
Well, you're right. And I guess I'm basing whatever I feel off what team he's on and the things that he's said. Because he said some things that I don't agree with at all. Mr. Kyle Rittenhouse himself.
Yeah,
He said
for
some
sure. He's not on your team. He's definitely not on your team.
No, but he said some like black and white issues. You know what I mean? He's been pretty clear. So regardless, that was the type of banter I had to listen to throughout the course of this game.
Right, right or wrong, you're the wrong place.
Right. So it's not like I'm going to their house and being like, "Hey, let's vote for Hillary." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I shut my fucking mouth. But regardless, so then at one point he's I got him so good. Oh, this is so good. He's telling his wife how he's getting his I don't know, his military pension is increasing by X amount percent, yada yada yada. And I just said Biden did that. That was, you know how because that's what they said when the gas prices were high. So he's now getting more money with Biden in office. What you have to credit that to Biden. So I subtly just said Biden did that, and the look on both their faces was fucking money. Yeah.
Is he a Niner fan now?
Well, the weird thing is his shitbag of a wife is like a Niner fan from the 90s.
Yeah.
And she made the comment. Did you see when they cut to Jerry Rice and he had like the big gold chain on?
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, he used to be my favorite. I didn't realize he started dressing like, one of those." Yeah. Oh yeah.
One of those. One of what?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's what you should have said. One of what?
Well, my father had called it a zoot suit prior to that, so I knew I was in the South in my living room, so I was just gonna fucking. I just didn't have it in me, Bob. I had COVID. I just didn't have a political fight in me. I just didn't, man. It's just like I can't even believe this was my life at the moment. All right,
that's great. So email us. Tell us your story about your family and their political woes. goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. The Instagram run by the BBC, Instagram.com/goldbloodedpodcast, all one word, no underscores. Now that Steve's gone. Our sponsor.
That's for the old school listeners.
Yeah. Our sponsor, LuckyRoseTattoo.bigcartel.com. And if you're feeling nice, you want to help us out, you want to pass some things our way, we can get Joe some performance de-enhancing drugs. We can get some new digs.
How I like.
We need some Purdy jerseys up in here. The Patreon is patreon.com/goldbloodedpodcast. We're over and out on this one, and we will see you for the next one. What do you got?
Wait, I got one thing to say here. I want a Purdy jersey, no doubt. I'd get one right now. And I love the number 13. But knowing it's because of Dan Marino makes me not ever want to get that jersey.
I just have to wait till the season's over because I'm afraid I can't put money out.
Right. Well, yeah,
while
we
he's
don't.
winning.
Like
the tattoo had to come after a losing season. I buy a new jersey. I do it off season always. I've worn the same jersey all year. I have a closet full of jerseys, but the same one has been worn all year.
Yeah.
I'm very particular about it. I've been leaving it on during games. That's been helping.
Oh, okay.
A jersey and a hat on during the game until it's out of hand, until it's garbage time.
Yeah. I had a thing where I started the game, and I was sick. I had crawled out of bed, put a mask on, crawled to the couch, and was curled up on a ball. And it was a slow start, as you said. And I looked down, and I had just a hoodie on, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I literally moped all the way to the bedroom. I threw on my vintage Steve Young just directly over the sweatshirt I was wearing, dragged my ass back to the couch. Seemed to, because I've been wearing that vintage Steve Young a lot for some reason, just because it's lightweight. But yeah, I don't know. All right, we could wrap this up.
All right, we'll be back for number 2.
Bye-bye.